Marita, where are you going? And Marita says she's on a plane waiting for final boarding. Sorry, guys, it took me longer. I had to talk to my mom. Hey, Kristen Ravello. Hey, Jen Nichols. Hey, Irish in Cyprus. Hey, Tony Middleton Steele. I'm going to put you on the list right now, Tony. You'll go first, my dear. Good morning, Susan Plunkett, or good afternoon. Hey, Jill Tierney. Hey, Linda Massa. Linda, I'm going to add you to the list if you want a reading today. Good morning, Nancy. Did you want a charm reading today? Are you going to be able to be on? Good morning, Michelle. Awesome. What band, Kristen? Kristen Ravello says, just found out one of my favorite bands is playing a show right before my birthday by me. Hello, Universe. It's okay to miss this morning. You can rewatch it, but rewatch it on YouTube and watch the whole video. Going to work in Michigan. Well, have good work. Irish in Cyprus says, ooh, how nice. I want to fly somewhere. Hey, Rose. You want a reading, Marita? Since Marita's waiting to board, I'm going to do hers first if that's okay with everybody. The Struts, awesome. Nancy, I'll add you to the list. And Jill, I'll add you to the list. If you guys could also share this out, I would appreciate it. Hi, Sean Harmel, how are you? All right, I'm going to do Marita's first really quick. I have a list of 5 people so far. So we're going to start with these 5, and then we'll see where I'm at, how I'm feeling, and if I want to continue on, we'll continue on. Marita, I'm going to start with yours. Do you have a specific question, Marita, or do you just want a general charming? You're welcome, Jill. Let me put on the air really quick. I'll be right back. Woo! Getting warm already. God, I can feel the heat pick up. Career. Okay. All right. So, Spirit, please give me the charms that we need to look at for career for Marita. Okay. Where's my little pointer? Let me see what I have here. Let me just look at all of this for 1 second. Let me take it in really quick. Okay, I'm going to say this, Marita. It's interesting. You have this crown in the center, which shows like your beauty and your shine. There's an issue with family also going on in the center. I'm not exactly sure why, but the family charm is face down. So maybe, I don't know if this is correct or not, but does your family sort of maybe look at what you do as a career as not being sufficient enough or able to support yourself, or maybe their disbelief? I believe that you believe in it, because this crown says to me that it's your power. And there's a lot of wisdom in your higher mind, and the charm is upright, but it's upside down, which says to me it's kind of like, I think that this family stuff kind of affects your wisdom. You have the turtle charm, which is the first time the turtle's shown up, and turtle represents sort of like Mother Earth to me, which says, in your higher mind, it's like you're connected to like the earth energies and Mother Earth, but it's like something is just not quite connecting, right? I think it has to do with this charm here, this family charm. And there's this charm in the past This is the communication chakra stone. It is all in the past, right? Like communication maybe wasn't as good. It's sort of close to the family, so I want to say that maybe communication with the family hasn't been good in the past or has not been always clear. I feel like it's here, so you've maybe been clear on who you are or what you need, but they've maybe not been clear about how they feel or what they want, if that makes sense, or what they expect of you. Um, you haven't let that stop you, though, is what I feel like, because we have this wisdom charm here and we have the crown here in the center, and it feels like the crown is in present time and in the higher mind. So it's like, there's something there. There's something of beauty and of value and of great value, quite frankly, and great wisdom there. And it's attached to Mother Earth. But it's almost like I feel like if this family would get behind you, and they would agree with you or understand where you came from, all of this might unlock and be really beautiful. And it is kind of unlocked, like it's represented here, and it's definitely there. You have the big wisdom in your high mind. You have all of this knowledge up there, and you're like waiting to release it or share it. And there's also Mother Nature knowledge here. This is the Mother Earth charm, right? Oh, sorry, the construction, the dogs are going crazy. It's bonkers here today. They are really making a lot of noise and the dogs are in a lot of fear. It's been stressing me out. So excuse me if I jump because they're barking. I feel like this stuff up here is definitely circulating in your higher mind, and you know it, and you're aware of the value, and you're aware of its worth, and there's no question about it. But it's like those that are close to you maybe question it or don't see it for what it's worth. And the communication in the past, it feels like, to me, it's not been great. And so maybe you've just sort of given up, is the feeling that I get. So let me go further into some of the charms. I'm going to show what's in your subconscious kind of in the past is the spirit charm. It's dragonfly, and it's sort of down here by itself. It's the only thing in your subconscious, way deep in your subconscious, and it's sort of flying downward, like away. I feel like in the past your spirits were sort of maybe, and it might be connected to this miscommunication or this inability to communicate properly, and I'm not saying it's your inability. I feel like this says to me you were able to communicate, but the other party was not, or the other members of the family were not able to understand your communications. Like maybe you were on a different wavelength. And that's why I feel like this spirit charm is sort of like, kind of like, I get this feeling of, wah, wah, like, there's a little bit of a letdown here in the subconscious. It's upright though, so the connection to spirit is strong, and it's real, and it's very, it just feels like it's not honored by those that you like care about the most. Does that make sense? On some level. Yes, my true family has never believed in what I do, but I never let it stop me. Exactly, that's what I see with this crown. And I think, hey, Kristen Quigley, how are you? I see that with this crown. I see that with this giant wisdom. You know the value. There's no doubt in my mind. Okay, now I want to get to the last few charms because I know you're about to board your plane. The love charm is here, the lovers. It's inverted though, and they're kind of like apart. I'm not exactly sure how I want to read this. And it's funny because we have the Scorpio here. I don't know your sign. I don't know if you're a Scorpio or if you're partnered with a Scorpio or if you have been partnered with a Scorpio. And this could also just be Scorpio energy, in the sense that like there might be a bit of like, like bitter infighting when things happen in relationships for you. The 6 and it being a red die says that relationships are very important to you and can be kind of... with this being a career reading, it makes me want to go to a place of, do sometimes relationships steer your attention off of your career space? Do they sometimes turn you upside down and get your inability to kind of focus what you're doing on your career because you're busy sort of like dealing with maybe issues of relationship or love? These things are also kind of heading into the future too. Let's just say that some of these are very present in the present time, but they're also kind of carrying on with you into the future. You do have the luck charm in the future, which says that to me that it's the rooster. It says that like things will get better or are getting better in the career space if you just allow them. I think that there's a lot of my thing is that this would be about allowance of these things to come through no matter what anybody else says, the belief of them and the knowing, which I feel like you have the knowing in this owl, but because he's upside down just says to me that you're like, I feel like when I look at this charm, it's slowly like almost like a clock, like ticking its way upright. It's just a matter of time. You also have the solar plexus chakra stone up here in your higher mind, but this is more towards the future. So it feels like there's might be some control stuff that needs to happen from your third chakra in your career space so that you can kind of make manifest what it is you need. And you have the axe way up here in the corner. Let me see. The battle axe is way up here in the corner. And I'm not talking about an old lady. I'm talking about the actual battle axe. The battle axe is upright. It's funny to me. It seems like what I want to say about these two charms kind of being close together is there's something that's, I feel like this is a future charm. Like it's something that needs to take place in the future where you get mastery over your third chakra. And as you gain mastery, as this flips over, and you begin to sort of control your career space from a third chakra sort of space that's grounded sort of in the material and in the lower chakras, you're going to be able to sort of cut away some things that no longer work for you. This will be sort of more towards your future and in your higher mind. Like you'll be thinking about them in the higher mind, but you'll be manifesting the sort of control in the lower chakras to sort of make manifest on the physical plane what you need to make manifest. And you're going to cut away some things that are no longer working for you. When you do that, this luck charm comes into play. This rooster. It's also around in the same timeline. Okay. I don't know if you're currently in a relationship or not, but I feel like if you are, that relationship might be having not necessarily difficulties, but at times it gets at odds. That's why we have this scorpion here, and I feel like sometimes that takes away your present time of attention from the career space stuff that you're trying to achieve or complete or get out there. It's here for you. It's all here for you. I feel like this turtle can be uprighted too. As this owl goes upright, the turtle will sort of flip over and things will begin to happen. But I think a key part of this is about this communication stone in the past and this family not seeing you for what you are or what you feel your worth is. It needs to be, even though you're acknowledging it with this crown here and this wisdom here, and even though you see it, it would be oh so nice if they saw it, is how I feel. Not that you necessarily require that, but I feel like if they were able to understand it, if they were able to sort of embrace it or be able to communicate with you on that level, you might like, I just think that the feeling for you would be very incredible. It's not that you necessarily need it, but it would be so nice because I feel like they are in the center here, which says to me that you do care deeply about them, even if they don't fully understand you. And they are like sort of an important space. Love to you also, this with this six of the six die, it says to me that love, not only just romantic love, like say a romantic relationship, but your love of say like your friends, your family, it's very important for you. Like this is a very loving, like high numbered dice. So love to you is something that you give freely and that you give intensely, both in romantic relationships and probably to your family. Hence also maybe why Scorpio is here, is because you are a little bit, not only do you love hard, but you might fight hard too. You're passionate, okay? So I'm gonna leave you with that. I hope you have a wonderful, safe flight to Michigan. I hope this makes sense for your career. I think that you're in a good space. There's some things that you just need to sort of, you're honoring and owning it. It's just a little bit more of that, and this third chakra flipping this over in the near future and really manifesting from that place and cutting away the things that don't necessarily serve you, that you know intuitively, you're going to bring yourself to a space of very good luck and prosperity. And also, you know, if there's anything going on in the romance department, try not to allow that to sort of deter you or pull your attention away from what it is you are trying to create career-wise. Okay? I hope that makes sense. Hey Zena, how are you? Hi Cynthia Crawford. I'm going to put your charms away now. I hope you have a safe flight, Marita. Rowena Putt, this is a charm reading, charm divination. So I have a whole box of magical charms, lucky charms, that I pull out and I stir up and I throw them on the board. Andrea Mercandante Hulin asks for healing prayers for a loved one who has ALS. So if those of you that want to send sort of a white healing energy to that loved one for her, please do so. I will do that later. Andrea, if you could put that person's name in the chat if you feel comfortable doing so, that would be great. Kristen Quigley, I know you asked yesterday, so I will add you to the list. All right, Tony Middleton Steele, are you here? Hey, Reese Carter, how are you? Hey, Tammy. Joe Grillo or Joe Grillo. Grillo or Grillo. Either way, if you guys could say a prayer for him. And those of you that are new to me that don't necessarily know who I am, I have a YouTube channel called Engelgeist. Let me put in the links. Please go over and subscribe to that YouTube channel. Hit the bell so you can know whenever I'm on. I have tarot scopes over there that aren't available here on Facebook. I also have pick-a-cards, and I do a daily forecast of the energy. So you guys can follow either my business page on Facebook or subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you, Nancy. Tony Middleton, are you here? Oh, she is here. Did you just want a general charming, or what kind of question did you want to ask? Linda Massa, you'll be up next. Tammy Churasso Kidwell says Dan does it all. Well, everything except for, like, I don't know, housework. Roller skating? Don't do that. Skiing? None of that either. Water skiing? Nah. Watch football? Heck no. Don't do that. Thank you, Rowena, for sending prayers. Hi, Gaia Man. Welcome to the group. I actually have a list going right now that I'm going to work my way through. If I have energy at the end of the list, I will add you to it. So Tony Middleton Steele, are you here? Okay, general reading because I'm interested in the family and career aspect, please, and thank you. Okay, so we're just going to do a general, even though you threw in 2 different subjects. I see how you, I see you. I get what you're trying to do. All right, here. Thank you for the last reading. Please give me a general reading. Tony Middleton Steele. Okay, that's not really on the board, so I'm going to push it onto the board. Okay, what is going on here? Okay, so Tony, you don't have a whole lot of charms. And I'm not talking about personality-wise, I'm just talking about on the board. I am going to say this. This is this is a Reiki charm. And I believe this is building power. I'm not 100% sure. But even so, regardless, until I learn the Reiki symbols better, I learned them once when I took Reiki 1 and 2. Actually, I took it with Nancy, who's in the room right now. But I've forgotten the symbols. And I'm not supposed to be teaching what the symbols are specifically, but this to me feels like there's a spiral happening in the center of your present mind, and you need healing, but it is upside down. The symbol's normally the other direction, and it feels like you're focused on trying to find that healing. It feels like there's been a lot. You've got the boxing glove in your past. It feels like there's a lot of fighting or arguing, struggling that's been going on in the past, and it still sort of hangs in your present mind and in your higher mind, okay? Like in your conscious mind and in your higher mind. It's sort of in between the two areas. So to me, it says like you're still kind of focusing on it, or you're going to the past a lot. You're dwelling upon the past quite a bit. Now, this black die it landed on the edge of the board, so I kind of pushed it in because I think it wanted to be represented. But I don't know exactly why it didn't sort of land in the board. So I'm going to leave it for 1 minute and kind of look around at the other charms and tell you what else I see. I see here, this is the healing chakra. This is in your higher mind. And it's sort of in the present time, but it's also kind of heading towards the future. And it's not being accessed. It's like, I feel like this all says to me that you know you need healing, and you're not really sure how to go about giving it to yourself. This here is the solar plexus chakra, also pushed down, like face down. To me, it feels like, and you said this earlier during the forecast this morning, you said something about having anxiety. This is where I usually get my anxiety. It's like in the belly chakra, right? The third chakra. It feels to me like there is some anxiety. And this anxiety is maybe with a woman, quite possibly a Virgo female. This is a Mary statue that I put in here to represent the Virgin or Virgo. But also she can represent just a woman, sometimes a mother, but for me, I feel like she is upside down, and she is also attached to the chakra of worry. Does that make sense? Or anxiety. And then you have the luck charm, which he's standing upright, but he is face down. Like, I feel like on some level, you don't feel like you can get a lucky break right now. And I think that, to me, I'm going to say this. I'm going to be rather direct with you. And don't take this in the wrong way. But I sort of feel like this is like, I like that your center is around trying to find focus on healing. And I like that you're seeking that. But you're having a hard time, like you're just missing it. That's why this charm is upside down. There's something mentally in your mind or something that I feel like you're doing that sort of is just placing your healing right outside of your reach. And it might be dwelling on the past too much, dwelling on the memories of arguments, fights, struggles, how hard you've had to work to get to where you are today, those sort of things that is kind of not allowing you to sort of access that healing. It is the power symbol. Good. I thought so because it spins. I was thinking that it's the power up symbol. And it feels like it's upside down, like you're not accessing your own personal power. You need to heal that and access that, and you're trying to because it's here and it's upright, but it's upside down. It feels like you're not quite grasping it. This black die to me feels like maybe it's grounding, trying to get the grounding of that, to ground in some good luck energy, and that's why it's close. Like, even though I knocked it in, it landed close to the rooster, which the rooster would, if it was face up, would be indicative of good luck and blessings, but it's face down, which says to me that you're trying to get grounded and find some good luck and blessings, but it feels like you're just missing the mark. Like, you're just kind of like, oh shit, I almost had it. No, not quite. And to me, like I said in all of these charm videos, if the charm is on the board, the energy is representational. It's here, right? It's present. These charms can be flipped over. We can have heart healing in our heart chakra. We can have healing and control over our second chakra. These charms are present. The energies are there and available to us. It's whether or not we're allowing ourselves and why we're not allowing ourselves access to them. In our higher mind, we know that you need heart healing, and you will obtain that or start to go after that as you ground and continue to like turn this power symbol upright in your center. When you start to heal yourself from your center and gain your personal power ground in that, I think that flips over this heart chakra healing that happens in your higher mind, and you start to own that. That in turn can turn over this rooster and have him be, excuse me, just to show you as an example, have him be upright and heading into the future with good luck and blessings. That would then bring your anxiety down and switch your anxiety stone or the third chakra stone upright. It might even upright, then the chain reaction is whatever this relationship is with this Virgo or this woman could very easily, she could go upright in the future and become a friend, or the relationship could become renewed or re-inspired, reconnected in a more positive way. But right now, I'm going to turn these back the way that they exist, as they are. This is where you're at, and it's okay to be here. There's nothing wrong with where you're at. This is why we do the charm reading, because when we look at it for what it is and we accept it for what it is, only then can we go about changing it, right? Only then can we say, oh yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. And what I am doing, or what I see you as doing, okay? Only you can determine what you are doing. It's not my job to determine what you are doing. But what I see here in the charms is that you are trying to access healing and your own personal power. And you're working on it, and it is working to a degree. Give it some more time, give it some more faith, give it some more belief, and this too will turn upright. When this turns upright, ground in that belief and be aware of it. Take awareness and strength from that, and allow that effect to take place that I saw in the charms, that like that domino effect where the heart starts to heal in the higher mind, the luck starts to come in, the thoughts become more positive, your stomach settles, your anxieties settle, this relationship repairs itself. Stop going to the past. Stop looking at these arguments or these struggles or these fights with this boxing glove, because it feels like this is all sort of on the same level of all of this stuff. And the memory of this, or the returning to this, is also what's not allowing you to sort of access this personal power and change it, because every so often you get close to it and then you go, oh yeah, but remember when this happened, or that went wrong. And when you go to the past, you can't change the past, but the past can affect your future. Especially if we dwell on it too much, right? And I don't think that you're dwelling on it too much, but I do think that it is a factor in what you're looking at and what you're doing, okay? All right, so that's your charm reading for today. I hope that helps. I hope that makes sense. Allie is here. Allie Nichols. Allie, I will add you to the list right now because I know you asked yesterday. Please like, share, follow, subscribe. Definitely subscribe to the YouTube channel if you can. I'm going to put in my link tree. This is all my links. Please click that and it will show you where to go to like and share. Or not to share, but to like my business page on Facebook and to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please hit the bell so that you are being made aware when I go live to do these events so that you can get a reading. I can't get to everybody. When I start to get tired, you don't want a reading from me because they're not going to be as accurate or as good. I'm only good for about maybe anywhere from 7 to 9 readings back to back, and then I need to take a break. So I'm usually on for about an hour and a half or so, and then at that point, it's night-night for daddy. Okay? But I appreciate each and every one of you tuning in, and please watch and be, hopefully, you'll enjoy watching other people's charmings. I do believe this, too. This is another thing I should share. If there's ever a charm, so somebody, Rose pointed this out to me, and she asked a question. She said, can sometimes like they be, you know, a charm reading for somebody else, can it make sense for somebody else? And just like tarot does that, I think that spirit, it can be opportunistic in a good way, where when they see that there's an opportunity to get a message across to one person in the room and maybe another, that they do that. So if some of these charmings, even though they might be for somebody else, but they make sense to you, wholeheartedly accept the information and let it be from spirit for you too. Don't necessarily jump into the chat and go, oh my God, I totally relate, blah, blah, blah. Have respect for the person that's getting read, but you can also take something from each and every reading if it resonates with you. You're more than allowed to, okay? I don't know how you would type, blah, 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 but please don't. Okay, so who's up next? Linda Massa, you're my next one, and then after that is Nancy. So, Linda Massa, are you here with me? Yes, Rose Russo Nicole, if you guys can't see, says yes, be polite. I mean, it's just kind. Like, if somebody else is getting read, I've watched that in tarot readings where people are having their cards read and somebody goes, oh my God, that's about me. Or with mediumship readings, I think it's the rudest thing ever. When people jump in on mediumship readings and they're like, oh my God, my grandmother used to knit too. It's like, this person is having a reading. Like, let them, if it resonates with you, that's okay. Enjoy that. But, like, acknowledge and just take it in. So I'm waiting on Linda Massa, if she's here. I hope she's here. Let me make sure my chat's working. I'm going to just re-enter the Linktree link to see that the chat is working. It is. Linda dear, I hope I didn't lose ya. Sometimes Restream's chat functionality is no bueno. One moment. Oh no, I just closed the chat. Fuck. 1 second, guys. I gotta reopen the chat. Didn't mean to do that. Shoot. That was dumb. I hit the wrong button. Open a browser. Open a browser. Close that. Open up OBS. Put the chat over. Uh-oh, did I lose you guys all in chat now? I think I might have, I don't know. Uh-oh, did I just screw that all up? Linda Massa, are you with us? Can somebody type something in the chat? Because I'm not seeing anything. Did my chat go down? Oh, gosh. Abby Drum. Okay, I see Abby's here. I see Rose. Thank you, Rose. I see Michelle. I'm not seeing Linda's. Is she? Can somebody tell me what Linda's typing? Because maybe it's not coming here. Hey, Kristen. Hey, Allie. I see you. And Nancy. Okay. Oh, there you are, Tony. No, I did, Tony. I need Linda Massa. Linda, there we go, Linda Rose. Okay, did you have a specific question, Linda Rose, or did it seems like the chat's working good now? Thank you. Hey, Ducky. Linda Rose, did you have a specific question, or did you just want a general? Hey, Kelly, how are you? And Gaia Man, if you're still here, I've added you to the list. I'm trying to take people that have already previously requested at other videos because I've done a video a day, and a lot of people have requested and haven't gotten a charming. So you're at the bottom of my list, but if Gaia Man, you're still here, I know you're a subscriber of mine on YouTube, I have you on my list as the last reading. I know Linda Rose is there. I'm just waiting to see. She wants general. Okay. She says general and career, but I'm just going to do general, and we'll see what comes up. Because actually, career and general, guys, is 2 different readings. Just so you know. Y'all trying to get sneaky on a Monday. All right, Spirit, thank you for the last reading. Can I please get the charms that were best? Validate the Linda Rose for the general reading that she knows to serve her highest good. Oh, one stuck to my finger. Okay. All right, I'm going to slide this up a little bit because you don't have stuff super high on the board. So hopefully that will get everything in here. Okay, ready, Linda Rose? All right. So I'm going to start right here with the lizard in the past. This is dreaming. And it feels like you've had some dreams. And I think this might actually be a general reading, but it might be a little bit about career. If there's been some career dreams that have kind of come out of the past that you've been sort of communicating into the now, I definitely see this communication stone as working really, really well. Like it's right in the dead center, it's upright, and it's like you're communicating what it is you want and what it is you need, okay? Now, there's some interesting things here, though, that are going on. I feel like you've got a lot of stuff in this area, which is sort of like your conscious mind and your higher mind, and you've got the spirits. Dragonfly represents a spirit and also as illusion. Okay, so to me, I feel like this is spirit a little bit. You also have the magic charm. It's face up, and it's next to bravery, which is sort of face down. But I feel like all of these, like I said, they're on the board and they're represented. I love bravery. It's one of my favorite charms. It's this little matador jacket. And it's just, I just absolutely adore this charm. So bravery's here. He's face down, but I think that it says to me that there is some magic, there's some spiritual nature to whatever it is that you're working on. There's some bravery that needs to take place that you need to access in maybe your career department. I think that the dreams were very real for you in the past, and they're very clear, and I feel like this is kind of coming in from the past and going right into this communication space where you're starting to communicate and realize what it is you want, how it is you want it. And also, I have to say this arrow down here, it sort of feels like to me, even though it's kind of borderline subconscious, conscious mind, it feels like it's the idea is shot up out of your subconscious, like out of nowhere, and became the dream. And then the dream sort of slinked its way into the now, right? And we started to communicate that. Now, in this, if this is how I feel like these charms are, what these charms are telling me, is if we are brave and we do access our magic, like if we upright this unicorn, because it is upside down, but it's not face down, right? So we don't have a hard job of it. We just have to believe, kind of thing. And Spirit is here helping us on top of it all, like Spirit's sitting right on top of it, like wanting you to have it. I feel like Spirit's trying to help you to get this unicorn to go upright and the bravery to go upright. But as you get like the bravery to believe in the magic and let Spirit help you out, I think that this Ganesh, which is abundance and good luck, he's a very awesome charm. He is about to flip over, and he will flip over like that heading into the future. And then you have this green dice, which says to me that there's decent money to be made in the future. Coming in the future, quite possibly a little bit in the now, but there's decent money to be made from this once Ganesh and this good luck, this blessings charm flips over. But this work, pardon me, I don't want to knock that over. This work needs to be done up here in the higher mind and the conscious mind before your good luck will set in. Okay, does that make sense? Ganesh is here and present, though, meaning he's just, to me, like the feeling I'm getting, and I'm seeing it in my mind's eye, is he's like there's a watch, like he's just waiting. He's like waiting for you to figure it out, and once you like unlock the key, he flips over, and all the good luck comes and the money comes. Here's the other thing. You have 2 blacks. I don't think you can see it. You have 2 black die down here in the subconscious. To me, these feel like kind of grounded. They feel like grounding you in your subconscious. That's what like sort of the connection here, or what I'm feeling like where I feel like the energy is going, is I feel like these are some sort of grounding thing that was going on in the present subconscious. after the idea shot off in the past out of your subconscious, the like some sort of intuitive idea or whatever that created this dream that you've voiced into a reality. Now that it's been voiced into a reality, you have to do the work to believe in the magic and let spirit also work in there to create, to flip the luck over, to make the money that it is that you want. If you do all of this, you have the butterfly charm here. This is the large transformation charm. There's a small butterfly and a big butterfly. So if this butterfly were to flip over, I think that this butterfly, what my intuition is telling me is this butterfly flips over when Ganesh flips over. Like a transformation takes place from the work that happens in this set of charms here, in the higher and conscious mind, and from there, the lower conscious mind and the subconscious, we become grounded in that transformative. That's what these grounding, I feel like they're pulling this transformation and grounding it into your subconscious, of you realizing, wow, I communicated this, believed in it, was brave enough, and allowed the magic, worked with spirit, let it happen, and it kicked off, and boom, here we are. This is the sign for Aquarius. I put it in here for Aquarius. I'm not sure if you are an Aquarius or there will be a significant Aquarian involved in this, or if you have any of your planets in Aquarius. To me, it's upright. It feels like they're here to sort of help you or assist you with the transformation. Maybe it's a good friend that's an Aquarian. Somebody that might have the idea. It could also be too this, Aquarians are known for being very social like signs. They love to like flit about and meet people, get to know them, and then move on to the next. That's my sort of take on Aquarians. They're very social. They're kind of in the way that they love to know about people and figure things out, and then they move on, right? And so maybe that might be indicative of the energy that you need to sort of have, is like with this career idea, is get to know people, get out there, socialize, what's the word that I'm looking for? Network, really make an impression, because Aquarians have that great way of making people feel very like they're the most interesting people in the world. Well, as they're getting to know, they like ask all these great questions of, oh, what do you do? How do you start doing that? Oh, where'd you learn that? Da, da, da. And then once they learn everything, they're like on to the next. They're like, oh, that's great, bye. But not in a bad way. But they do have a way of making you feel sort of special, I feel like. And so maybe that, if you don't know an Aquarian or you're not an Aquarian, maybe you need to utilize that energy in this experience to also help facilitate this transformation and bring this luck about to flip it over. It's a very confident energy. It's a very social energy. It's a very free-flowing, similar to the water. Like, that's why I use this for Aquarian, because I feel like this is water. The Aquarian is the water bearer. So it's like the flow of water. So flow openly with the situation. And it feels like this flow and this network and this interest in others and sort of creating social networks or networking and treating people well will also flow right towards this money die. And then there's a healing too. This is not only just monetary value. There's a green also represents healing. So as your career gets better, your money gets better, you will experience a healing. Not unintentionally, but like as a side benefit. Like you'll feel good in your career, so you'll feel good in your life, and you'll feel like better in the game, right? And that in and of itself is a healing. I hope that makes sense. Thank you, Sherry Baker. Thank you for the comment. She says, beautiful reading. Love these charms. Susan Lee Summer Hollingsworth. I actually have a full list for this day at this point, but I do these regularly. Please follow the business page, like and hit the bell, or follow my YouTube page. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would love it if you subscribe to my YouTube channel. At a certain point, I'm only going to do these from YouTube. So if you're not subscribed, those of you that are on Facebook, please go over and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I will put in the link that has the button that gets you to my YouTube channel. Hit subscribe and hit the bell. And then I will, when I do this tomorrow or the next day, I will start creating another list. I just create the list. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 8 people on the list at this point, and that's pretty much my cutoff point for the day, or else I get just too tired. All right, so I'm going to put this away. I hope that made sense, Linda Rose. I hope you liked. Thank you, Kristen. Kristen says, Vacant Valley Way says, Dan, seriously, congrats on these charm readings. The feedback is so positive. Hey, Guadalupe Para, she says, can I ask a question? You can ask a question if you give me a subscribe and ring the bell. But if the question requires a reading, I'm sorry, I do have a list of people ahead of you that I've promised readings to today. And these people have been asking for a couple of days. They've been watching previous broadcasts and were unable to get on the list. So I'm trying to make right by getting those people their readings. Nancy Mowbrant, are you ready, my dear? But please give me a subscribe if you would like, just so you could be alerted when I do this again, Guadalupe. And then if you're on when I'm on and you get notified, I'm happy to do one for you then for a question. So, Nancy Mowbrant, my dear, are you still with us? You're welcome, Linda Rose. Thank you for waiting and being patient. I know you've been asking for a couple of broadcasts. And you're always very supportive and always commenting and always liking stuff, so I really appreciate all that support. Thank you, Guadalupe. I really appreciate it. Thank you for the subscription. I'm about to reach 200 subscribers. I'm really excited. I hope that happens soon. Okay, Nancy, did you want a general reading or do you have a specific question? After Nancy is Jill, just so you know, and after Jill is Kristen Quigley. So you guys get your questions or ideas ready. It can only be one subject, though, please. General. All right, Nancy. Oh, by the way, too, in that Engelgeist link that I'll post one more time, the Linktree link, there is a PayPal button there. Donations are always gladly accepted. All right, so Nancy Mowbrant, thank you, Spirit, for the last reading. Can I please get the charms that Nancy needs to that will help her to access knowledge and help her to reach her highest good? All right. Let's look at what Nancy's got going on here. So Nancy, your stuff is all up in the higher thought processes, but we've got everything in camera, it looks like. Let me just slide this just a little bit. Did I lose my music? Okay, let me see. What do we have here? All right, Nancy, you ready? Here we go. Rose Russo Nicole says, thank you all for allowing us to watch your amazing reads. So Rose is appreciating everybody else's reads too. Excuse me. Sorry for burping. All right, so here we go. I'm going to start here with this starfish down here in the bottom because I feel like this is sort of your present mind, but in the past. I feel like there was a period in your past where you weren't necessarily shining. You were having a hard time of things, and you were aware that there was more out there for you. Like you were aware you were the starfish, but you sort of felt like you were vulnerable and not necessarily getting what you needed, or feeling as though you were being appreciated in the way that you needed to be appreciated. And I feel like something about that has driven you to what's going on up here now. Now, what I see here is partially in the past, but kind of in your higher mind, in your thoughts, is the giant wisdom. And I feel like the giant owl says to me that you might have some confusion or some ideas that have sort of been in the past where you've been sort of like, is this right for me? Am I able to pull this off? Can this actually happen? And I think that that's a resounding yes because this charm is here, but you're not 100% convinced of it just yet. You will be, I think, in time. That's what I feel like Spirit is telling me. as I'm looking at this charm, I feel like this charm will flip over eventually, but you are kind of still questioning things, like working out the fine tuning, whatever it is that you're doing. You're still sort of working on getting to uh, that knowledge. Okay, so now in your center, and this is kind of in your present mind center, like present time conscious mind, there's magic and cleansing, which I love. This, you have the frog and the unicorn together. It feels to me like there is this thing that's happening, like a renewal. This is the cleansing. This is the frog. Like when the frogs sing in the rain and the rain comes and it cleanses everything, there is this opportunity here for you to really believe you're like the magic. And to me, this unicorn looks like it's like going, like, yay! Like it's standing on its back legs, like prancing. It, to me, it feels like it's completely upright and it's almost showing off. Like it wants to be seen. It wants its magic to happen. It wants it to really work out and happen and things come together. And there is this cleansing that is taking place too. A cleansing of maybe one's emotions, a cleansing of one's thoughts, of what's possible, because you're allowing magic in. And that is allowing you to like think bigger, dwell in possibility. Things are good. From there, we have this Reiki symbol. And again, I'm not sure if this is long distance healing, but regardless, to me, it just represents healing at this time. You may know the symbol, so I'll show it to you because I know that you probably remember these symbols. I don't really remember them because I forgot. I know that Irish and Cypress sent me a great cheat sheet. I got to study it because it'll make more sense. I know that these things make more sense. But this is here, and it's kind of coming to you a little bit now and into the future. I want to say this, though. Up here, there's some stuff going on in your higher mind that's leading into that. I wouldn't say it's concerning, but it makes me feel like you have the lover's charm. You have the crown turned face down over the lovers. And this black too says to me, it also makes me think about a relationship. And that's where, and I don't mean to get too personal in a public forum, but I wonder if you and your husband might possibly be having some struggles right now. I don't know why I feel that way. It just feels like part of this crown being face down feels like maybe because of the struggles you're having, you're not really feeling as confident or as beautiful in this relationship. And the reason why I say that is because this magic and this cleansing charm says to me that in other aspects of your life, you are feeling good. Things are working, or at least there's belief and there's positivity and there's things happening. Up here in your mind, this feels a little worrisome to me. Like when you're worrying about your husband or worrying about your relationship or worrying about something going on in the relationship, it's turning this crown upside down, where you're not able to feel secure, feel the beauty, feel the like you're not being as self-assured as you could be. Does that make sense? And the other reason why I say this is you have the scuba diver, and he's swimming over towards this relationship, and I feel like this is, because this is in your higher mind, I almost feel like the scuba diver is going deep in your mind trying to find a solution to whatever all of this is. Like you're trying to find deep healing. Like I don't know if there's some sort of like counseling that you are thinking about, or some sort of like bringing in a third party to kind of help you sort out these issues, but you're going deep, like trying to figure out, how do I solve this? How do I fix this? I know this is fixable. And that's what the scuba diver feels like. You're willing to go deep and far into it to get it done. Do you know what I'm saying? You will go to the depths to fix this. When you do, that crown will flip over and things will be really good. And this too will be grounded again. It's a black too, so it says that at one point in time you guys were really grounded and solid and great. But right now there's something going on that where it feels a little iffy. The other thing I want to say is your future charms. And these are the ones that are bordering on over here. One is this little girl. I feel like, I don't know if you have a daughter. I know you have kids. I think you have kids. I'm not sure if you have a daughter, but I feel like if you do have a daughter, there might be some worries that you're having with your daughter, or you may have with your daughter coming up in the future. Maybe you're worried about whatever this is and how it might be affecting her in the future. But that's present, so just be aware of that is what I feel like I need to tell you. I don't feel like there's anything specific that I need to tell you other than that maybe that might be something that's on your mind a little bit in the back of your mind or in your higher mind. She might become a little bit more of a focal point coming up. The other thing here is that it's interesting. I've got the boxing glove and the jaguar here, and the jaguar is laying over the boxing glove. They almost look like they're entangling in the future. Like it looks like there might be some sort of a fight. I feel like when I look at this, you are the jaguar, and the jaguar is like a very powerful totem, and to me, it represents sort of shamanic, like spiritual power. And it feels like it's like sort of wrestling with the boxing glove. So I don't know if this little girl is maybe affected by this sort of dance that these two are having, but I feel like they're sort of swirling around. Like I actually hear, pardon me, I'm not laughing at your situation whatsoever. I'm just actually hearing like that sound like a puma going in my ears. Like it feels like this jaguar is like circling this boxing glove and like swatting at it, trying to figure out who's going to be the winner in the future, who gets the final say. Only you will know what that is as that comes about. But I want to say this, there's big wisdom here. There is opportunity to repair whatever might be worrying you in your higher mind. And I have to say this being in the higher mind can be just worries, right? It doesn't necessarily mean that it is actually what is going on, but it's how you're worrying about it or how you're holding it and looking at it. It's got you worried and sort of, but you're willing to do the work. This healing stone here is beautiful. I love that it's here, and I love that you have magic, like literally standing up and prancing and cleansing happening in your conscious mind. So it says to me that you're living in belief, you're living in what's possible, you're living from a positive space, you're trying to be conscious and cleanse your mind and live from a healing place. But there's something in your higher mind that also you're working on that needs reconnection is what I feel like. When you get that reconnection, you'll be all right. I feel like this knowledge is going to flip over and you'll be stable and grounded in that. But these two, I got to say this, the little girl charm and the jaguar with the boxing glove are in the future. Anything in the future is up for question because we have free will and we have free choice. So future charms to me, yes, they're present and yes, they show up, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they will come to pass. So I don't want you to live your life thinking, oh my God, there's going to be some sort of big struggle or big fight. But it feels like if it were to come to pass, do not be surprised. But the jaguar is much stronger than the boxing glove, if that makes any sense. And I feel like you would be the jaguar. But it feels like you're kind of laying on top of that boxing glove, like not allowing there to be a fight. Like, hell no, not today. So I hope that makes sense. I hope, hi Madhuan, how are you? Please subscribe to the channel if you're on YouTube. I would greatly appreciate it. Hit the bell so you can be notified when I do more charm videos. So, Linda Rose Massa says, I'm crying. I'm so touched by Dan. Thank you, Linda Rose. I hope it's a good cry, my dear. Hey, Leslie Ann, how are you? All right, so I hope that makes sense. You've got goosebumps. You totally understand. Awesome. Thank you, Nancy, for that validation. It's all going to be all right. And the jaguar has plenty of strength. So does the magic unicorn. She's literally like prancing in your center with this healing stone and this frog of cleansing. And you have this star here, which says to me that you have the possibility of being the star. You've just sort of not always acknowledged. You're not always acknowledged that way by others. Thank you, Nancy. She says you're so good at this. Thank you so much. All right, so Nancy, Jill Tierney, are you here? I need to go pee in a minute. Jesus. Thank you for the subscription, Madhu. I appreciate it. I'm trying to break 200 subscribers. That's my goal. And then it will be 250, and then it will be 300. You know how it goes. Jill Tierney, are you still here? And after Jill, if Jill shows up, is Kristen Quigley. Oh my gosh, guys, it's official. I just hit 200 subscribers. Thank you. Thank you very much. I think Madhu, you might have been my 200th subscription. Thank you. You helped me to reach my goal. That was my goal yesterday, and I got to 197. So I was very close. Is the chat working? No, I just saw Kristen. Thank you for the heart, Kristen. Okay, yes, I can see you now, Jill. Did you just want a general charming? Oh, it's all like flooding in. Hold on. I know, I made 200 subscribers. Yay, now let's go for 300. Tell your friends. Share it out. Thank you, Madhu. Thank you very much. Jill, do you have a subject? I can see you. Thank you for the congratulations. And then Kristen Quigley, you'll be up next. And just so you guys are aware, I do a daily forecast in the morning. Most of you are. So you can tune in for that. I also do tarot at the beginning of the month for each of the signs. And I have pick-a-cards on my YouTube channel that you can check out that are fun. Just me being goofy, but they're also really fun. I know. Let's go. Madhu N says, let's go. If you hit the bell too, Madhu, like the next time around, right now I have my list is full for today. But if you hit the bell and you see when I come back on, which I'll probably come on and do this again tomorrow, you can add yourself to the list if you get on early enough. If the list kind of fills up a little bit quickly, because I have it on both Facebook and on YouTube. But pretty soon I will leave it just to YouTube. Jill, did you just want general? Is that what you want? Is that what you're saying, please? It's for general? Thank you for that last reading, Spirit. Hey, James, Lindsay. Good day. So I'm just going to do a general. I think that's what you want, Jill. So you said please. Spirit continue in general. Trying to go through. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Okay, so Jill, a lot of your stuff seems to be taking place in the future, or the potential future. Let's just start with that. First off, I'm going to start with the past. The past this reminds me of like sort of either your grounding stone or your grounding chakra. There was a period in your past where you had to be very grounded, and this was key for you. It's touching the key, and it unlocked doors for you. It moved you. I know that you moved because I know you as a friend, but I feel like this signifies your move. It feels like there was a period in the past where you were very conscious about making choices, grounded choices and decisions that like kind of unlocked the door for a whole new life. okay, for a whole new like change. And so that's sort of what's driving all of this because it's from the past, right? And it's pushing all of this stuff into the future. So right now we're in this place of where our present is sort of kind of like, wow, what's going on? What's going on? So I'm going to show you what I think is going on in your present. Now, in your present, let me just adjust this a little bit so you can see. In your present, you have the Jaguar also, which is face up. Jaguar, like I just said in Nancy's reading, is all about like shamanic spiritual strength, right? It's stealthy, it's quiet, it's a Jaguar. It knows who it is, it moves quickly, it makes right choices. It's a very strong charm. But to me, this is down in it's in your conscious mind, but it's lower towards the subconscious. So it sort of feels like to me that like, even though you are being strong right now, I think that you might question or self-doubt a little bit of your own strength and a little bit of your own ability. And that's okay. You've got big changes happening right now. And it sort of feels like you're not really sure what to focus on. That's why this space here is empty, because you were so grounded and you got so many things, so many doors to open, and you got yourself to where you are that you're like, at this point, you're like, oh shit, now what? So you're just kind of holding on strong and gathering whatever strength you can, which you have a lot of strength, but you're not fully at that place where you can fully 100% trust it just yet because you're in a completely new environment. Now, you also have the similar to Nancy, you have the magic charm too. And you guys, just so you know, there's a lot of charms in this box, so it's not by chance that like these, it's not like there's only 10 charms and they keep recurring. There's a lot of charms. So I think that you guys have matching issues or energy, and that's why these charms keep coming back. But you have the magic charm here in your higher mind, right? But in the present time higher mind, like you are trying to create some magic. You are trying to live in hope. And you're accessing it and you're believing in it. But there is a little bit of, I feel like, worry or self-doubt that creeps in. That's why both of these two charms, this one here, actually, I don't like using the pen because I'm afraid I'll write on it. This one here and this one here are kind of upside down. It's like you know that you can create it, you know you're the master of your creations, you know that you have the strength to do it, but you're just kind of not fully, like to me when I look at these two charms, I feel like the energy or what spirit tells me is that what you want to do is you want to pull these two charms right into the center. And that's a powerful friggin' combination. When you have the unicorn and the jaguar pulled together in the center, you have strength, you have beauty, you have magic, you have spiritual strength, all of that stuff pulled together. They're both upright, right? They're both present and upright. But if these two gravitated right into your present conscious mind with no self-doubt, you would be a force to be reckoned with. A force to be reckoned with. So up here above this charm, you have the, and I know this about you because I know you like to photograph birds, but it's funny, you have this baby charm. It's the hummingbird. I don't know if you can see it. And to me, when I put this charm in here, it represented joy, because that's what hummingbird in Native American belief represents, is joy, the lightness and the high vibration of joy. And so to me, this is in your high mind. It is face down, which says to me that as you're accessing this magic and trying to like get comfortable with it and get less doubtful with it, you might have the possibility of bringing in some really good joy into your experience. That's your goal. That's your higher mind goal. But you're not quite there yet because you've got to get this magic sort of like grounded or brought into your centered conscious awareness where you're no longer doubting it and you're just living from it, right? Now, in the future, in your higher mind, we have this single one die. And down here at the very bottom, kind of close to where the single one is you have a 6. The total would be 7. I don't know if there's necessarily, I don't feel that there's necessarily a significance to that. Let me just ask for one moment. I'm going to say this. When I ask why these dies are positioned the way that they are, I feel like this is spiritual protection of some level. I feel like this 6 is down here, and it feels like I get this picture of this pillar. And the one up here in the corner, I get a picture of a pillar. Like you have these, and they're the white die, which say that it's more like spirit to me. And what I feel like is I feel like there's this protection happening for you that you might be unaware of, or that you might not necessarily acknowledge or see, but it is there, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like these two white dice move forward. I can't. This is so weird. It's totally like a visual I'm getting in my mind's eye. Like, there are these two white pillars that kind of protect you as you move forward into the future. And you need to acknowledge that they're there, that you are guided and you are protected. And part of the reason why I say that is because this one is next to this upside down crown in your future, which says to me that there's going to be some self doubt, there's going to be some um, period in your future where you might feel like you're not getting it right, or you're not in control of things, or things aren't safe. It's going to be that growth period, or that learning time where you need to sort of adjust. And this white die and this white die down here at the bottom like, they almost feel like they're sort of trying to balance the whole board for you and keep the board protected and balanced from a place of spirit. Okay? I know that sounds kind of crazy, but that's what I'm being told and what I'm seeing visually in my mind's eye. Now, you have here the lizard. He's face up and upright, and he's sitting right on the, like, I feel like the line of the present and a little bit in the future. He's a little bit in the future. Dreams are happening. Lizard is the dreaming. Lizard energy or spirit is about dreaming our dreams into reality. And I feel like he is here and present in the future, waiting for you to begin to dream. When you have this magic uprighted and you have this jaguar uprighted, and like I said, if these two sort of slide together into the present, this lizard is ready to kick off with your dreams, and this crown will flip over, right? And if you are aware that you are protected, this joy will flip over, right? This higher vibrational joy, and the creation of your dreams could very well be possible in the coming future. He's ready to do that magic for you. Now, you have a couple of other charms in your future that I want to talk about before I end this. Before I end your reading. One of them is the dog charm. And it's interesting. I know you're an animal lover, and I think that that's, highly possible, but I just want to flip this over. This dog charm is a milagro that I bought at the church, right? And for me, there's a couple of different dogs that I've placed into the charm box. One is laying down, which means loyalty and obedience. This dog is about he's about companionship, and he's about loyalty, right? He's standing upright. He represents what dogs represent. But this is his face upside, and he's here downward, okay? And I'm not talking about yoga poses here. You may go to yoga. But this is not a downward. You might find yourself in a downward facing dog at some point. But he is facing down. I feel like there is an opportunity in the future where you might feel like loyalty is broken. And that might be also part of the reason why this crown goes upside down. Your dreams are still possible. Don't give up on that. Remember that what you're dreaming, what you're focusing on, what you're looking at, you are creating. Okay? Because even if things around you, so I don't know if you guys can hear my bulldog under the table snoring, but that's what that sound is. Even if you're feeling like maybe people around you are being disloyal or not necessarily rising to your expectations, and it's throwing you off your game or making you feel like you're not as in control as you need to be in the future, don't let that affect the ability to manifest your dreams, because that ability here with this lizard being upright is very strong. And know that you're protected with these two white pillars. Here's another thing. You have this angel charm here. He's upside down and face down, but I feel like he is a guardian angel, and he's here to help you in the future too, and you need to let him in. I'm going to see which angel it is. It's Samuel. And Samuel, if you look him up on Google. I don't know how well you guys can see him, but you see that little heart in the center of his chest? He's here to love you and help you and heal you. And it's funny because he's upside down and face down. My God, Tallulah, you are sawing logs. It wouldn't be a video of mine if it wasn't like this. So he is here, but he's next to the hardened heart charm, which is also in the future, my dear. And this hardened heart charm, I have a bunch of different heart charms to represent different things. The hardened heart is about sort of first off, it's face down, like it's hidden from you, like you've put it away, you're protecting it, you're keeping it safe, and you're kind of like, nurturing it, I think, right now. But there's this period in the future where I think that Samuel comes into play as a guardian angel, and he's come to help you heal this hardened heart. Whatever it is that you have going on, emotionally in your heart, in the future, there's going to be an opportunity for you, if you're ready and you feel comfortable, to bring that forward, to flip this charm over, and to start to look and assess at what's going on in your heart. And all of that is part and parcel with creating your dreams, right? Because we need to have our heart to be inspired and to really feel the passion and the love and the joy that's in the hummingbird. All of those things reside in the heart. And so if we're hiding our heart, or we're keeping our heart safe right now because there's too many new things going on and we're trying to feel balanced and in control, that's okay. But in the future, as you feel more balanced and in control, you might want to address some of these issues of the heart. Because as you do, Samuel is here to help you. He's an expert in it. He's even got his own little heart there. He'll show you how to use yours by showing you how he uses his. And that will come in your future. So look forward to that. And again, like I said, future charms are just that. They are in the future. We can bring them sooner or later, or we can avoid them altogether. So that's your opportunity there if you choose to do so. Beyond that, know that you're protected. I feel like these white die at the bottom and the top of the board feel like they're like sort of, like I feel like they're creating boundaries. Like, do not cross, you're not allowed, it's okay, we are protected. So hopefully that gives you some peace or solace in a lot of the things that are going on for you right now. You have strength, you have magic, you're trying to create joy, you're trying to create your dreams, you will get there. The future's a little iffy right now because you're in a new environment, but as you get more settled into the creation of your dreams, you're going to start to open up your heart and want to do that work so that you can write that crown and be the queen that you are, and live the dream life that you are attempting to create from this place of such strong grounding in the past and opening all of those doors with the key. Okay? Good day, James B. Lindsay. I hope that makes sense. You'll get the healing, Jill. You just gotta. I think you're working hard on a few other things right now, and as you get there, you're gonna find the space to get to that healing. It's definitely here in your future. That just gave you chills. You're not sure why, Jill says. Because it's true, girl. Because it's spirit. That's spirit, that's those pillars, that's those dice, that's that angel Samuel coming to you. Look up the Archangel Samuel and what he is for. His color is light green. Wear light green, or notice when you see light green around. He's like, Raphael is of the four major archangels, Raphael is the one that's known for healing. But then the next backup, I mean, all the angels can be used for some sort of healing, all the archangels, for different aspects. But some of them like preside over different things. And Samuel is also a healer. So, but his color, Raphael is dark green. Samuel is light green. So look him up. So, Kristen Quigley, are you there? Thank you for that reading, Spirit. And then Allie Nichols, you'll be next. Please like, share, and subscribe, guys. If you're on YouTube, or if you have a YouTube account, please go over and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm going to put my link tree in there. Donations are gladly accepted for these charmed readings if you've enjoyed them. My PayPal is in that Engelgeist link, and also my group and my Facebook business page on Facebook. You can like that too if you would like. Hit the bell on either side too, so that you can be notified when I go live. So Kristen Quigley, are you with me? Leslie Benton says this is so cool. Thank you, Leslie. I like it. It's fun. It's a fun way to do divination. I hope my chat's not gone down again. I'm not seeing anybody chatting, so I don't know if it might be my internet. One moment, I am going to run and pee. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry guys. Nature called. Paul Castaneda, you're Gaia Man? Because I put you on my list. You're last on my list after Allie. Paul, are you Gaia Man? Can you give me a yes on that? Because I have you on my list. Thank you, Rose. Thanks for waiting while I went to the bathroom. I'm sorry, guys. I probably should have done that before I got online. So is Kristen Quigley still here? Okay, Paul, I've got you on the list, so you just need to wait for 2 more. I've got Kristen Quigley, then Allie, then you. Yeah, I know. I like the YouTube feed better too. That's why I'm trying to move everybody to YouTube, and I'm trying to get people from Facebook to subscribe to YouTube. I'm gonna start only broadcasting these charm readings and stuff from YouTube. I do my taroscopes on YouTube too. So if you want to check out your August taroscope, it's on YouTube already. And I do pick a cards on YouTube. And then it's just easier if I just do all the content on YouTube. I prefer it. But I'm waiting for... I don't know if Kristen Quigley's still here. Is anybody in Facebook land seeing Kristen Quigley's comments and maybe I'm not because of Restream? That's the other thing too, is it's really hard to see everybody's comments. But if I'm on only one platform, then it's all on one platform. Restream sometimes drops comments and when I'm cross-platforming. So I feel like people are like telling me, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, and I look like an idiot because I keep asking for them. Allie, do you want to do yours, Allie? Because I see your comments. So if you're ready to do yours, I can do yours. Michaela moved over to YouTube too. Allie Nichols, what is the no? You don't want to do yours? Now I'm confused. You don't see her. Okay, so she left maybe. Maybe she couldn't wait. Maybe something came up. I'll just get her another time. She'll ask again. So, Allie Nichols, are you ready? Okay. Now, did you want a general, Allie? Or do you have a specific question? Yes to general? Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Please give me a general reading for Allie Nichols. And then Paul, you'll be up next, Diamond. Kim Ciccinetti, what are we doing? Why don't you read the video description? Alright, can I get the charms that best represent what Allie Nichols needs to know? Hey, Siddhant Gargi, hello! Thank you, Spirit. Okay, let me get my trusty pointer and let's see what Allie's got going on. I'm good, how are you, Siddhant? Okay, Allie, your stuff is kind of interesting. You don't have a ton of stuff. I feel like you're a bit of a thinker, a little bit in your mind. You have the Virgo symbol here, but this could also represent as woman or mother. And she is in the past, but she is upright. And for some reason, when I feel like I look at this, I feel like this is... thank you for liking and subscribing, Siddhant. I really appreciate it. I feel like this is a woman that loves you very much. I feel like this is... She's sort of in the past, but she's also in your conscious mind, like you think about her a lot. May I ask a question, Allie? Your hubby passed, but would this be like your mother? Was your husband a Virgo? Because I feel like this person has passed away, but I'm looking at it and I'm feeling feminine because it's a woman, but was your husband a Virgo by chance? Is that why this might be showing up? Because I feel like this is somebody that loves you very dearly, but they may not necessarily still be here. But it's representing as this woman charm, which makes me think it's not your husband. But then if your husband was a Virgo, then it would make sense. It's like a Virgo that's passed. Or maybe he had planets in Virgo, like a lot of his houses were in Virgo, or Virgo, you know what I'm saying? He was a Virgo? You're kidding. I just pooped my pants a little bit. Was he really a Virgo? Because I feel like love coming off of this charm, like intense love. And I'm mistaking it because it's a female charm. You know, it's presenting as the woman, but I put this in here as the Virgo symbol. Is he seriously a Virgo, Allie? Oh my God. She said yes, guys. I don't know if you guys can see this. All right, so there's a lot of love coming from this charm. And I got to say this, Allie. Ooh. Whoa. I'm getting chills down the side of my body right now. I mean, not chills in a bad way, but like I feel like I'm being touched. He loves you very, very much. Whoa. And he wants you to not worry. He says, oh, wow. Okay, let me get to this reading. Okay, there's a lot going on in your head up here. There's a lot going on in your worry. And you're worried this is your your third chakra, and your intuition, your sixth chakra. And they're present, but I feel like you're not trusting them right now. I feel like they're turned over and you're not seeing them. like you're not listening to them or you're not trusting them. Maybe other people's information is sort of getting in the way of them. You have the dolphin charm, which says that you're very intelligent and you know how to communicate. And you also have the lover's charm up here, which says that you think about him a lot. And I feel like this charm here says to me, he knows that he knows when you're thinking about him. And he's thinking about you too. And he loves you very much. And it's like, it couldn't be any higher on the board, right? Like if it could go higher, it would, but it can't get any higher than this. And I feel like he's trying to communicate to you. You also have the football helmet charm, which says like, I feel like he's sort of protecting you in some way. Like he's keeping you safe and he's trying to, now the impression that I'm getting is it's sort of like he's whispering in your ear, or he's trying to remind you, it's going to be okay, calm down, it's going to be okay, calm down. You can trust your gut, you can trust your intuition. There's the grace charm here is swan. Swan represents grace. You have this grace about you and this ability about you to be a very graceful person. There's a magic in grace. There's a beauty in grace. There's a peace in grace that you can attain and give yourself, that you deserve and that you need to like honor and give yourself. Oh my God. I just have to show you the bottom of the board too. I just noticed this as I look down. You have double fours, which I feel like are you and him. One is red, which is love, and one is black, which to me is like grounding. And they're kind of down here together in the subconscious mind, sort of moving into the future together. I feel like your love, his love for you and your love for him is very much grounded and real and equal. Okay, like that's why you have the double fours. And the fours come together and create 8, which is infinity. Shit. Wow. So, I'm sorry that he passed. And I know that's probably hard for you. Or maybe you're doing okay. I'm not sure. I feel like he's all over you. But I just want to acknowledge the double fours coming together, the groundedness of it and the love of it become 8, which is infinity. You know, that 8 symbol, which is the infinity symbol. And I like that this is in the subconscious and it's also heading into the future. So it's like it says to me that it will always be there for now and forever, right? That love. So I want to say that even though these are flipped over and you're not seeing them, that today you need to start seeing them. You need to start accessing your third chakra, which is your belly. I don't know how well you know your chakras, but your belly, which is your gut like your gut knowing. Or your knowing is in your crown, but your gut like feelings, trust those. And your intuition, your 6th chakra, you need to trust that too, because you have good intuition. I feel like maybe you might be like not trusting them because you might be a little bit confused and feeling alone or feeling like, oh my God, how can I do this by myself? He's with you. He's protecting you with this football helmet and he's communicating with you from the dolphin. And you are intelligent. The dolphin says that you are intelligent. You can communicate. The love is there between you two and the protection and the communication is there. This all balances on this beautiful grace charm where you can move through life and glide like a swan gracefully in beauty and in peace. And then also I have to say this, the bull is here, the sign for Taurus. I don't know if you're a Taurus. I don't know if this is necessarily has to represent as Taurus. To me, it also feels like it's balancing, your intuition is balancing on your strength going into the future. So like your gut tells me that you can be graceful with your gut in the sense that if you trust your gut and you listen to your gut and what you know to be true, you can move through life gracefully. You can trust your intuition and you can move through life with strength like this bull. You are a Taurus, Allie? I am so lost without him. But here's the thing, Allie, you're not, he's with you. I want you to understand that, and I know that's easier said than done, but I'm telling you, I felt him here. He is around you. He wants you to know he's right here with you. He's communicating to you through this dolphin. He's trying to communicate. He's protecting you. He's watching over you. He is this Virgo symbol here, and there's so much love coming from him. Like I could feel it the instant I uh, looked at this charm. I thought it was a woman. I just mistook it for a woman because it's such a feminine symbol, but it's also the symbol that I put in here as Virgo. And so you guys are definitely connected, and he is not gone from you. And this 8 says to me that you need to remember that you guys move into the future together, even though he may be in spirit right now. Okay? That he is still with you, that love is still very centered in there, in the present moment, in the higher mind, in a higher spiritual space, but it's offering you protection and communication, intelligence, and it's, you need to start to trust. Flip these chakras and start to use your chakra. Meditate, contact him, talk to him. He's around you. He will give you signs. I feel like, look for 8s. When you see 8s or 4s, look for 4s and 8s. If you see like 444 or 888 on a license plate, or if you see the infinity symbol places, let him show you signs. He will, I'm getting those chills again. He will give you signs that he is around you. And you are not alone. I know you feel like you're at a loss without him, but you're not without him. He is around you, and he is loving you in this right now. That's why the center of this is so empty, is because you feel empty right now. But that's okay. A lot of what's going on in your mind is in your higher mind needs to be sorted out, and as you sort that out, you begin to trust your intuition and trust your gut again, and get right and live in this grace and the strength that is you as this Taurus. You guys will move together in this balance and harmony, and you still have him with you. I so promise you that. I so promise you that. Like I have not had a charm reading move me to tears. You can go back and watch the other videos. I'm telling you that this is very real, and I did not know that spirit could come through this strong on a charming. So do talk to him. Keep talking to him because he's listening. That's this communication charm. I'm sorry, you can't really see it. Let me slide this down. That is this dolphin charm. He's like talking to you, and it's connected to the lovers, and it's connected to your protection. He's protecting you and loving you and communicating with you all the time in your higher mind. I don't know if he comes to you in dreams, or if he's like, that would be the higher mind, if he's coming to you in dreams or in spirit, but he is around you, dear. You are not, I know you might feel lost, and the loss of him is hard, but that will start to heal, and you can still have connection with him. It's just going to be a different sort of vibrational connection. Honor that and acknowledge that. He's trying to honor that and show you that through this charming right now. He jumped in my box and threw these charms out at you, girl. Ah, whoa. Woo! Lord Allie! You got me feeling the feels, girl. That was beautiful. Even I think that was a beautiful reading. And I'm my own worst critic. So I hope you understand that he is with you and he loves you. And he's right here upright, like looking over you and making sure that you stay sort of balanced and grounded. He will get you, like, you will get yourself there. You have the strength to do it with this Taurus charm, but this to me, it's like infinity and beyond. Like you guys, I almost want to say, like, this says to me that this isn't your first time you guys being together. That maybe this is, says to me that it's not only love and grounded, but it's double 4s, which means you guys are very similar, very alike. It was a good match, and it creates 8, which is the infinity symbol. Keep a lookout for those sort of signs. Keep a lookout for any of these charms to come as a sign, is what I'm hearing. So if you see like the Virgin Mary, or if you see like football helmets in weird places, or if you see the bull or the swan or the dolphin in weird places, those could be hellos from him. 4s, 8s, 444, those could be hellos from him. You'll know when the hellos come. You keep talking to him and let those hellos come. He will show you. I mean, he's showing you right now through this charm video, through this charm reading, that he's around you and he is right there with you. So just let those signs in, and be aware of them. Ask for more from him. Talk to him more, and he will give you more. And he will prove to you that he's not left your side. Those 2 4s say to me, he has not left your side, and he will go with you. This is the part that gets me, is he will go with you into the future. Like, he plans on it, no problem. Okay? I'm going to put those away, as much as I don't want to. Thank you, Susan. Susan says, oh, Dan, beautiful. Love is all there is. It's true. It really is what it boils down to. 4444. Yes, it haunts, Dorothy. Cardinals. What is cardinals? Oh, is that your sign? Is the birds? I love cardinals. Does he come to you through birds? Kim Cincinnati asks, why do I keep seeing 1111? Because your watch is broken, Kim. God bless you too, Allie. Thank you for letting me do that. That was beautiful. That was an amazing experience for me. Like, that was these are the moments why I realize why I like doing this work, because I get moved and I get to experience and feel things that, like, love, that I'm like, whoa, that exists. That is so beautiful, and it opens me up to the reality of that is really where it's at. That is what we all want for ourselves. That is what we all deserve, and that's what we should all be seeking and able to give to ourselves. Okay, so my last read for the day, because that was a little bit mind-blowing, it's going to be Paul, Gaia Man. You guys, I do this, I've done this for the last 3 days. I will hopefully be on again tomorrow. If not, it'll be the next day, but I will get back on again. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bells either at the business page or at the YouTube page so that you can be notified. And those of you that haven't gotten readings can get on the next list, okay? He gave me a cardinal a month before he passed, Allie says. That's beautiful. I would keep an eye out for cardinals. Oh, Kim, you know I'm messing with you. Kim says, God, I love you. I mean, Kim, you know, I know. First off, this is the reason why I give you a hard time, because I know you're smart enough to know what 1111 means. And if you're not smart enough to know, I know you're smart enough to know how to Google it. So I know that you know what 1111 means. 1111. You can go look it up. So many people ask that question all the time, and you are not, like, in the dark. So that's why I'm teasing you about your watch being broken. I mean, we talk about angel numbers all the time. You know 1111 is an angel number. It's 2 master numbers. It's all of those things. But all of that information can be found. We can research this. It's not like we're all like Helen Keller, like, oh my God, I just saw 222. What happened? Help. I love those posts in some of these spirit groups. It's like, get on Google. You can Google it. You can research it for yourself. It's funny to me, and I'm not saying you're like that, Kim. I know that we're having this talk about 444 and all of that, but some people are just sort of like, they want to play helpless. They want to be like, oh my God, I see 333 all the time. What does it mean? That you're looking at the clock at the same time every day. Or it could be, it's really your interpretation. You know, it's really, what does it mean to you? Not what does it mean to some stranger on Facebook that gives you the idea. Look it up. Does that resonate? Does that make sense? Ask your heart, ask your intuition, ask your head. If that works, great. Own it. Have it. 333 the shit out of it. I post when I see angel numbers or like triple numbers on my phone or on my microwave or wherever by accident or on license plates. I try and put them up just to remind people of that thing and put it out there to call attention to it so people start to notice it, so it raises the vibration. But I don't know, like, off the cuff of my head, what 444 means, but I see it all the time. But I just take it as a little sign from the universe that my angels are saying, hey, dude, what's up? Spirit's alive. Work with us. We're here. Hold on, I think somebody just knocked on my door. One moment. Oh, I guess not. I'm hearing noises. Spirit might be here knocking. If this doors are knocking, don't come a rocking or something like that. Anyways, so yeah, so that is my take on those numbers. They can mean as much as they can mean as much as you need them to in any given moment. And so for me, sometimes I see like 5:55 at 5:55 a.m. in the morning, and I want to be like, okay, Spirit, cut it out. Like, I've had enough. I wanted to sleep till 7:22, please. That's the number I want to see, not 5:55. And it's like, they're like, hey, good morning. 5:55. It's like, but I'll take it where I can get it, you know? All right. So let me get on to, yeah, it might have been Spirit knocking. Who the hell knows? It's interesting to see what I was saying, because sometimes when you hear weird random sounds, this is a belief of mine. I don't necessarily share this because I think it makes me sound a little bit kooky. But I believe sometimes the universe issues sounds when we say things that are correct. So, like, you'll make a statement about something that, I don't know, is true, and you'll hear like a big truck go boom in the background, and it's like an affirmative, like, yes. So maybe what I was saying right when I heard the ding, 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 you know, might have been something that was accurate. I don't know, but I'll have to go back and watch. All right, so let me get back to doing the last read of the day, which is Gaia Man, which is Paul. If the bed is a rockin', don't come a knockin'. Exactly. Well, that's the phrase, Sean. But you know, if the door is a knockin', don't come a bothering me. How about that? It might, you know, Michaela Seward says, maybe the mysterious knock on the door was the universe messing with you. I don't think the universe messes with us. I think the universe co-conspires with us at whatever level we're at. If we're in misery, the universe will give us misery. If we're feeling goofy, the universe will give us more goofy and give us more to laugh at. I have certainly in my meditations of recent been asking to be put in alignment with the universe and asking the universe to come in and play. So maybe he's playing doorbell ditch and then running from the front door. Oh no, now the dogs think somebody's at the front door. It's nobody, guys. It's nobody. Oh. It's so bad when that happens. All right, so let me get to Paul. Paul, are you here? I think I just saw you post, but it's rolling fast. I love you too, Kim. That's the only reason why I give you a hard time. When you're like, why do I always see 11:11? Well, that's because your watch is broken. But that's the time that you have lunch every day. Oh, I'm glad you're at peace. Kim Cincinnati says, I'm happier than ever. Thank God I'm at peace. Stay focused on that happiness, and that will continue to bring you more of that peace. That's beautiful. Hey, I don't know if Nancy Mobriant is still on, but Nancy, my God, thank you for that donation. That was very, very kind of you. Thank you very much. She sent over money and I didn't even notice it. So thank you very much. Okay, Paul, you're here. Paul, did you have a topic that you want me to charm, or like a question, or do you want just a general charming? I am General Charming, reporting for duty. General, is that a thumbs up for general? Just give me a yes if that's the case. Thank you, Kim. I'm glad to have helped. It helps me to feel like I'm serving a purpose other than just sitting around watching reality TV. I want to leave the world a little bit better than when I got here. It needs it. General charming for Paul. All right. Thank you for that last reading, Spirit. That was beautiful. And to Allie's husband, thank you for coming through. That was beautiful. Now I need, Spirit, I request a reading of general charming for Paul, please. Also known as Diamond. Please give me the charms that he needs to see. One stuck to my finger? Okay. An angel stuck to my finger, Paul. Interesting. That's just because it's hot here. It's humid. All right, let's look at what we've got going on here. Okay, ready? Salute to you, General Charming, Michaela says. All right, so let's look at what we've got here. So I'm going to say this. How do I want to interpret this? There's a lot of work that you've done, Paul. There's a lot of self-improvement that you've done, is what I feel like. This is your past back here, but in your sort of like conscious mind. And this is the small crown, which to me represented like the king. You know, the queen was the bigger crown. This is to me is like it's face down with the plane, which is travel, and it's actually like the plane is locked in the crown, like the tail of the plane is locked in the crown. I feel like it feels like you were taken on a ride in your past where you lost a lot of your self-confidence. Does that make sense? It feels to me like there was an opportunity here where you were sort of, I don't know, like not misled, but whatever this journey was in your past, it sort of took away your belief in yourself. Does that make sense? And this is in your past time, right? This is like in your past conscious mind. And this is why I mean, like, I feel like you've done a lot of self-work as I'm looking at these charms. And so now this brings me over here to this charm, which is, to me, it's a chakra charm, but it's about clarity. It's about clearing one's space and getting one's sort of space more clear, chakras clear, understanding, and it is upright. So it feels to me like you've done some, this is why I also feel like you've done some work, like some self-improvement work, or some, and also you have the barbell up here in the higher mind, which says that you've been doing a lot of like strengthening of the mind, strengthening of your thoughts and how you think. And here is the angel that was stuck to my finger, and he's next to your clarity, and it's Archangel Michael. I'm going to flip him over. I don't necessarily know that he needs to be, whether or not there's significance to him being face down or not because of this, because he was stuck to my finger. So I kind of shook him off my hand and he landed that way. I think that he's present, and it's interesting to me because he's between this clarity and this hard work. Like, I don't know if you work with angels or not, but maybe you don't consciously, and that's maybe why he's face down, but I feel like his presence is there and he's helping you, he's protecting you, he's guiding you. This, to me, this crown and this loss of your sense of self from the past, I feel like, or this journey that, like, I feel like it took away your confidence in a way. You've rebuilt in a different way, in a much more solid way. And another reason why I want to say this is you've got the frog charm. He's upright and sort of in the center too, and that's cleansing. The cleansing of one's thoughts, the cleansing of one's mind. You have the cocktail charm up here, which I don't know if you're in recovery or maybe you used to drink too much. It is face down, but I feel like it being close to this charm, this work charm, and this clarity charm, it says to me that maybe this is no longer allowed in your life, or you've toned it down a little bit. You've gotten it together. You've conquered it or sort of put it away. It's still kind of maybe in the back of your mind, but you've realized that maybe it's not serving you, or partying down, being too crazy, like. There's a settling that needs to happen, I feel like, or that is happening. And that's why this charm is sort of facing down. Like, it's not up like, hey, let's party. It's like, no, we can't party anymore. And not in a bad way, but just like there's a clarity here that doesn't allow for this behavior anymore. Now, and the cleansing also too says to me that there's some of that. The cat charm, you used to drink but no more. Paul says he used to drink but no more. That's totally what this charm is telling me. The cat charm is to me is like domesticate, like domestication, right? It reminds me of home. There's a couple of charms in here that I put in as home. It's like cat, and then there's a teapot, and they remind me of sort of home. It's face down and upside down, and grace is here too. The swan is back, but it's also face down in the higher mind. Like I feel like presently there's some areas in your maybe in your home life that you feel like need to be cleansed or need to be sort of rearranged to be made more appropriate or more better. I know that's bad English, but that need to be sort of adjusted so that you can feel more at ease, more grace in your home life. Okay, and you're working on that in your mind, in your thoughts. You're trying to figure out what those things are because you have so much clarity here and so much strength here that you've started to realize that, wow, I've beat this, so now I want to fix this department. And that's what this frog is touching, is the domestic cat, which is the home, and the grace charm. So it feels like your frog, your mind, your thoughts sort of are being cleansed, and this is the next chapter of what you're working on to gain clarity around, to gain strength around, to even gain grace. And like what I mean about that is that when you flip these things over, and cat can also be intuition too, when you flip these things over, because they are present as the frog sort of does his little cleansing work and we get better thoughts around these areas of our life, we will start to balance those things, and they will flip over and go upright. Now, this charm here is the sign for Gemini. What is your sign? Are you a Gemini? Or do you have 2 kids? Because I feel like you might have 2 kids. And I feel like, as I look at these 2 kids, I feel like they're 2 kids, but they may not be with you all the time. Maybe you see them on visitation, is why. I don't know if that's right. Is that right? Like, if there was maybe a divorce and there's 2 kids, the kids are happy and they're upright, but it's like you don't get to see them as often as you would like. You're 3 years sober. I know. That's the hard work. I just didn't want to call it out because we're in a public space. I'm 21 years sober, Paul. So I can understand that. That's why I'm seeing this in this charms. Like I feel like you've done a lot of work, my friend. You're a Virgo. Okay. Do you have 2 children then? Because I feel like this is possibly 2 children that aren't with you. Like they're not maybe not like living with you or 2 girls and 1 boy. Okay, well this is 2 of those children. Are the 2 girls twins possibly? Because this is 2 girls on the charm. Either way, this is the kids, let's just say, okay? And I feel like they're at focus. And as you're cleansing, which you are fully fucking cleansing, my friend, you are like doing it. Like, this is what I want to say. You are really reworking your space, your mental space, because all of this is higher up on the board in your, not only in your conscious mind, but also in your higher conscious mind. You are really doing all of the work that you need to be doing to sort of get your home life together and get that grace back about you, that strength and that beauty and that like sort of, to me, grace is like being able to be, I'm not saying that you're not humble, but there's like a humility to grace. There's a ease to grace. You're getting your life back and knowing how to steer it in such a way that's peaceful and calm. You're learning that right now, and you're creating that with this frog and this cat and this swan. And it's also creating happiness for these children, okay? And I feel like these children are a focal point of why you're even doing this work. And that's beautiful. No, one is 13 and one is 10. That's okay. This still just represents as children. They're not with you though, correct? Do they live with somebody else? They live with their mom? I feel like they're like away from you some of the time. Like maybe you see them on visitations, or are they with you? Because I feel like this sort of cleanup work here, they're a focal point of it. Like part of the reason you're doing it for yourself, certainly, but you're also doing it for them, is my feeling. I'm just waiting for a response. They're with you. Okay. Well, okay, so then let's say this. They are a major point in why you're 3 years sober, correct? And like sort of settling the home space. They're a major focal point or a concern of yours, correct? Because that's what I feel like this charm is about. Is like everything that you're doing, you're kind of not only doing for yourself, but you're doing for them. But two of them seem awake. Do you mean like spiritually awake? That might be why two are showing up here. Anyways, let me get to the rest of the charms. So, in your future charms, which are I consider to be like these three here, you have a chakra charm, which is your base chakra or your root chakra, which I feel like is root chakra is all about like survival and grounding and that sort of thing. And this is in your higher mind, which I would like to see this sort of in your lower portion of your board. But I feel like you need to find some grounding. You'll be working on it, you're thinking about it, and it's coming in the future, but you're going to become aware of it as you move into the future. You're going to need to get more grounded. So as you become more aware of that, this charm will flip over and you will start to seek more grounded nature for yourself. And then over here is the hammer, straight up and down, which says to me, you know that you've got a lot of work coming. And you're willing to do that work. You've already done a lot of work back here, but there's going to be more work to be done. That's going to lead you to this grounding. But also, next to this hammer is the large butterfly, which it signifies great transformation. So I feel like as you do this work with this hammer in the future, going into the future, this flips over too. So does this grounding chakra, and you get more grounded in who you are and the work that you've done, and you are able to transform as you move into the future in a much more sort of stable, grounded way. I'm not saying you're not stable and grounded now. You're very clear, but you're working on the next thing and the next and the next and the next, and as you line everything up, it'll get better and better and better, and the transformation will be huge and beautiful. Okay? The other thing that you can't see is the very bottom of your charm board. And I just want to show you who's down here. In the very deep subconscious is Ganesh. And he's a benevolent god, and he is all about luck and good tidings and greatness. And I think that part of the reason why he's face down is not a bad thing. I feel like he's kind of half up. He was sort of sitting like this, where he's half up and half down, but he's way deep in your subconscious. I feel like you need to prove to yourself on some level that you can sort all of this stuff out. And when you do, and you have this sort of transformation and you get grounded in it, Ganesh then flips over, and a lot of like really wonderful things in your subconscious, a lot of things that you deserve, benefits, good things for all the work that you've done and all of the experiences that you've experienced will come forward. And you won't even realize them until they're like kind of hitting you, and you're like, whoa. And it will be like a whole new world and a whole new like set of like sort of abundance that comes to you. But right now it's sort of hiding underneath here because you're still doing the work to figure out that you deserve this abundance that sits in your subconscious. Ganesh is like sort of waiting here to come forward and bring you all of these gifts. But I feel like in this reading, you're still not quite 100% sure you deserve them yet. You know that there's still work to be done. You're actually working on stuff right now, and there's still probably more work to be done in the future. But as you continue to do that work and really assess yourself and see how far you've come and give yourself that credit, that opens the door for this Ganesh to go upright in your subconscious, and then all of these good things start to flow to you. All of these benefits start to flow to you. You ground in this transformation, and you really see that in your process of, say, your recovery or your life, you have really transformed from, like, you know, the caterpillar into the butterfly, into a thing of strength and beauty that is strong and grounded and deserving of all of the good things that you have worked for. Okay? So I hope that makes sense. That is your charming for today. That's another beautiful read, I think. I mean, I should stop saying that. I shouldn't. It's such a beautiful read. But I think that you have very good things coming to you. You're doing all of the right things for all of the right reasons, is what it appears like to me. Like, that would be my brief overview of everything. And as you head into the future, continue to work hard and could try and ground in that hard work and the belief in yourself. And as that grows, that transformation will take place. Ganesh will flip over, and the things that you deserve will begin to come to you in a much easier fashion at a scale like you won't even know how. You'll be like, whoa, that's crazy, dude. That's what I think, at least. Thank you, Paul. Paul says, wow, very specific and beautiful way to put it. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. You're welcome. And congratulations on your 3 years, dude. It's not easy. It's hard work, but it's well worth it. Keep at it. It gets better. It's hard work, but it's like, it's work that needs to be done. And who knows who you're going to help from the work that you've done. All right, you guys. So that's it for today. Thank you all for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Please like, share, follow, subscribe. Tell your friends about it. Post the video wherever you feel like it could be utilized. Post it to your own personal pages if you like. Tell your friends, your family, whoever. Help me get the word out. This is what I love to do and what I want to be doing for a living. So your guys' support helps to support me in doing whatever it is that I want to do. So I love you guys. Remember, it's all just energy. So find the blessing and the gratitude for no matter whatever you're in. If you can find the gratitude and the blessing, you can shift the energy and you can transform it into something that works for you all the faster. Thank you for tuning in. I will be on tomorrow morning for the spiritual report in the morning, and please join us for that. And we will see you around. You're welcome, Allie Nichols. Thank you so much. She says, God bless you, Dan. You're a true blessing to me. Love you. I love you too, Allie. That was a beautiful reading. That was like, wow. It like just brought me to a place of like, wow, those emotions are possible. That's beautiful. I want that. So thank you for that. All right, you guys, and have a great day. I will be on tomorrow in the morning for the morning card, and also I'm always available for private readings. I do tarot readings too, and you guys can see a little bit of that through the pick a cards and stuff that's on this Facebook, the YouTube page. All right, thank you. Have a great day. Bye. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.